Good afternoon and welcome to the Lyric Professors. I am Professor A, and behind me is the wolf that stalks between the stars, the Dame of Bones herself, Professor Dogger. On the other side of the world, I am joined by Professor J. How are things on the other side of that world, Professor J?
These are stormy times. The clouds hang heavy over these here skies.
These are rock hard times indeed.
Yeah, well, that's just a bit stormy, isn't it?
Yeah.
A bit stormy.
It's a bit horrid here as well. We had over an inch of rain yesterday.
Whoa.
Yes.
It's a lot of rain.
A lot of rain, yes. Anyway.
Hope you live up an hill.
Yeah, halfway up a hill, so that's useful. Yes, so we're on to our next deep dive subject this week. This is our first episode on the band Eels, not the Eels, you notice. Much like Pixies, it is Eels.
Sometimes it's shouting eels as well, isn't it? It's capitalized.
Yes, sometimes that's right. And do you know why the name Eels was picked for this band?
I do not know why the name Eels was picked for said band.
The front man of the band, or basically the band, he's just the guy with interchangeable members, much like Andrew Eldritch from Sisters of Mercy, who we previously covered. He released 2 albums under the name E, which is his nickname. His name is Mark Oliver Everett, so E for Everett. And when he joined up with a couple of bandmates to release the first Eels album, they cleverly decided that they would call it Eels so the CDs would be next to each other on the rack in the store. And then he went in the record store and remembered the Eagles would be between them. There's about 40 albums by the Eagles. So it didn't work particularly well. But that's why they went for Eels anyway.
Wow.
Yes.
Not the Eels.
No.
Wow, there we go.
Anyway, what do you know about Eels?
What do I know about Eels can be summed up in one song. I know Novocaine for the Soul, and I know nothing else whatsoever of the. I'm kind of Eels. Sorry, I was aware of them, and they kind of sit in that sort of sub-world of groups that I probably should have listened to, but never did. Like Elbow. People always talk about Elbow. I've never listened to any Elbow.
I've never listened to a song by Elbow, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, I agree. Guy Galby or something.
Yeah. So I know nothing of Eels except for that song, which is a AAA banger.
It is, yes. It was if that is in fact going to be the first song we do, it was the first single from their first album as Eels, which was called Beautiful Freak. And the song is called Novocaine for the Soul.
And the cover art of the album is horrific.
Cat, is that?
Oh, that's the single, isn't the album the sort of girl with the young child with the big sort of scary eyes?
Yes, that is quite scary.
Yeah.
Oh, he also forgot about Earth, Wind and Fire, being between E and Eels as well. Yes.
Anything that begins with EA.
Yes, quite. Right, so Novocaine for the Soul. This was released in 1996 from the album Beautiful Freak, as I said. It achieved a modest national and international success, according to Wikipedia. It was quite successful here in the UK. It was, I believe, got to number 10, I think. And the band won the Best International Breakthrough Act Award at the 1998 Brit Awards, largely on the basis of the single, that came out 2 years earlier. So shall we dive into some lyrics, Professor Jeff?
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Life is hard and so am I. You'd better give me something so I don't die.
Yes. There aren't many lyrics in these songs. They're not Ren, they're not Lana Del Rey.
They are tickling the interest of Ben Folds.
I think he'd probably be. Yes. So anyway, life is hard. Saying life's tough. We realise this, living in the world. And so is he. He's presumably meaning he's hardened to it all, not being a sexual reference, which some people have suggested on genius, which I don't.
A big roughy tufty guy. Maybe he's a big roughy tufty guy.
Well, we'll come to a song about him getting into it with people in a physical way later, not this episode. Yes, so life's tough, and that has hardened him to it. So yeah. Did you do the next line? You did, didn't you? Yes. You better give me something so I don't die. For some reason, he wants. I don't really understand this because he's saying he's sort of numb to everything, he's hardened to everything, and yet he wants to be given some Novocaine, which numbs you. So maybe he's saying that he needs to continue his state of numbness, or else he'll be faced with the horrible reality of what life is actually about. So,
I mean, should we just? Well, we haven't reached it, but let's discuss what it's talking about. Then. So, what is Novocaine?
Novocaine, also known as Procaine, is a local anesthetic used to reduce pain in muscular injections and also during dental procedures. It's not really used here, I don't think. It's very much a drug of America, I think. Could be wrong.
Don't know.
Yeah, but it's definitely sort of a very high-level painkiller.
Yeah.
Injected rather than taken as a pill. So, yes.
Okay, onwards. Novocaine for the soul before I sputter out, before I sputter out. So he wants to numb his soul before he sputtering out. I presume that means dying, or
Yeah, I mean, the two things that I think of that would sputter out would be a candle,
yeah,
or an internal combustion engine that's run out of fuel. That would be the
oh yes,
kind of phraseology I'd think it referred to. It's been posited by a chap on Genius that Novocaine for the soul is, quote, distractions and entertainment and an overload of all the basic good things in life that keep one unconscious and numb to emotional pain. It is hedonism. It is possibly also harder drugs to make one numb in a more literal sense, like heroin. So you can read that into it if you want. I'm not sure if that's how it was intended.
okay.
Yes. So he's basically saying if he's not given something to restore his sense of well-being, he's going to sputter out, lose the will to live, die probably. These, I have to say, these songs today are really depressing, just for a change for us. Do carry on, because in the second part or third part, there's a lovely song about birds. That's nice.
Okay. Life is white and I am black. Jesus and his lawyer are coming back.
Yeah, I don't know. He's not black.
He's not. But the point is, you can do zeros and ones, right? He is one, or what? Life is one, and he's a zero. So
It's the
he's
opposite.
just not really liking life, and yeah.
It's the antithesis of him.
Yes, Jesus and his lawyer are coming back. Where have you been?
I don't know. I mean, obviously, he was put on trial, according to the Bible, before he was coxified.
Ah,
Because we're probably not allowed to say that word.
sure.
So maybe he's coming back with a lawyer to try to get a second opinion. I have no idea. I don't know what that means.
Okay, more words. Oh, my darling, will you be here before I sputter out, etc.
Well, presumably talking to someone he wants to support him in his numbness, or he's talking to the Novocaine.
Indeed. Guess who's living here with the great undead? This paint by numbers life is flipping with my head once again.
Yeah, great undead zombification of the masses. We just want to sit in front of The Voice or whatever. I don't know what show's showing what country. Britain's Got Talent here, that kind of thing. It's sort of religion being the opium of the masses was Karl Marx, wasn't it, originally?
I believe so, yeah.
I believe sort of reality TV is now the opium of the masses, I would say. So yes, that kind of thing. So just comparing people around and being mindless zombies. Paint by Numbers obviously is a sort of colouring book which you colour in various numbered sections in particular colours to create a picture, but it's so it's constrictive if you're a creative person.
I mean, it's interesting to think back in that. And so this was a '96 song, right? And nowadays, well, maybe 10 years ago, mandalas, however you say them, are all the rage. Sort of adult coloring books are supposed to be good for meditative type things and to do. So maybe paint by numbers would be back on the agenda again as being cool, but at this point it was not.
Yeah,
not cool.
yeah. I got my mother a paint by numbers big picture of a wolf, which she really enjoyed doing. So
Oh,
it's kind of meant as a joke, but she really enjoyed it. So it's good. Yes, so he's being asked to colour inside the lines instead of outside the lines, which would be creative.
Okay, my words. Life is good and I feel great because mother says I was a great mistake.
Yeah, I'm not just sarcastic. Life's not good as far as he's concerned. He doesn't feel great. And his mum said he was a mistake. He wasn't planned. He wasn't wanted. Whether that's true or not, who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing more to analyse there, I think.
Oh, well, you'd better give me something to fill the hole.
Well, yeah, sorry, I meant from that piece. The last bits, Nova came for the soul. You better give me something to fill the hole before I sputter out.
Repeat to fade.
Yeah.
Yes. So I really wish we had some way of expressing how the music for the songs we cover is.
So, I mean, this one is really interesting. So, listening to it again, so I remember the hook, and I'd kind of forgotten about this intro, this kind of lo-fi kind of talky bit at the intro, which is in a different key. And then the video is really great. The video really reminds me of Black Hole Sun, you know, the sort of people sort of floating around type thing, which was a bit earlier, right? 93, 94, was it Black Hole Sun? Something like that?
I think so. Probably. I know it was mentioned on Beavis and Butthead, so that dates it.
Yeah, so it's somewhere.
Yeah, a lot of the Eels videos involve people floating and flying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you like a quote from E himself? In 1996, when it came out, he said, "Part of my problem is with intimacy. Nova Came for the Soul sounds detached because it's about detachment. That's what I think is so great about that song, and on that level, I think it's almost genius. It's detachment personified. I'm singing about numbness, and I'm numb. It's about having too much feeling." So he's not afraid to blow his own trumpet.
He's an interesting character, isn't he?
He is.
What I've
Yes.
seen of him.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's a catchy little number.
It is.
I think it did well because of the catchiness and the video. I think it was very on scene in the 90s.
Yeah, I think it was very different to what was around at the time, and radio supported it.
Yeah, well, it did over here.
Yeah.
What do you think of these lyrics? Do you think they're any good?
We're doing a PAL score.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think they get across what he wants to say very concisely. I think the first two is just weird. Jesus and his lawyer are coming back. No idea. It's all right. It's not great. It's not up there with your Jim Whites. But then what is? Obviously, Ren will be. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't.
I mean, it's probably a 2.5.
Yeah.
2.
2.
2.
2.
But as we've come to see already through our PAL scores, the ones which are most successful songs tend to have the lowest scores.
Correct. We should do that. We should graph the PAL score versus the success versus, and put another axis with the length of the song.
Yes.
The number of words.
Yeah.
Which is like a word count
I
for
would.
this,
Hold on,
this
hold on,
baby?
hold on.
It is time for Professor J's word count.
Do you want to guess?
I'd say total is about 110. Unique is probably about 55.
Very good. So it's 59 unique words with a total of 123.
So it's
Yeah.
a bit long for Ben Folds, then, actually.
It is just over the edge of Ben Folds, but less than the magic Paramore number, 100.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, do I have anything else to say about this? I'll give you some chart positions. As I said, number 10 in the UK singles chart, number 7 in Scotland, number 1 on the US alternative airplay chart. So it's thought generally, from the things I've read, that they're more successful over here than America. That's quite a good success, I'd say. Number 1 in the Canada rock alternative chart, number 90 in the Netherlands, number 84 in Australia, and that's about it, really. Certified silver in the United Kingdom for 200,000 plus sales.
Well,
and yeah, because I just in passing I mentioned the band Portugal the Man last episode.
oh yes.
They have covered this song, double A side with a cover of Len's "Steal My Sunshine," which is an absolute banger.
Oh, that's a great song.
So I'm going to have to look that up when we finish.
Still my sunshine. I was walking down the beach. Later that week. Great song.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. Was there anything else? Not really. It's been featured in lots of TV shows. Trigger Happy TV.
Yeah.
My Mad Fat Diary in 5 Bedrooms. And the films Berlin Blues, Mean Creek, and Dream for an Insomniac.
I mean, it was everywhere for a while, this
Yeah.
song. I had the feeling. Surprised it hasn't been in more films.
Yeah.
I've had the feeling it was just everywhere.
I guess they're legally obliged to use blinding lights instead these days in every film. Yeah. Yeah, so the next song off the album and the next single is called Susan's House, and we're not doing it, but we should have done. But that one was another big hit over here, and people have posited this because it's more trip hop based, and that was the sound that was going down over here at the time. So we're saying this one was a hit because it was different to what was going around, and they're saying the next one was a hit because it's the same. But anyway, we've skipped that track and gone on to the next track from the album, which wasn't a single or anything. This is a deep cut, kind of, and it's called Rags to Rags. This is probably the most rocky song on the album, I would say. And I like it a lot. Should we do some lyrics, Professor?
Let's do that.
Yes.
There's a spider crawling on the bathroom mirror, right on the top of my right eye. I can't stop staring back. How did I get this way? Take a big look at a living lie.
So, yes, he's seeing his reflection in the mirror with a spider superimposed. Which is quite scary, really.
Sounds a bit curie.
Does a bit, yes, it does. And he can't stop staring back because he's entranced by this image and doesn't know how he got that way. Well, obviously he knows why he's got a spider superimposed in his eyes because it's on the mirror. But take a big look at a living lie. So he's suggesting that his life is a lie.
Voila. Yeah. More to say about that. Let's have some more words. Rags to rags and rust to rust. How do you stand when you've been crushed? So rags to riches was a bust.
Of course, rags to riches is a famous saying. Pulling yourself up by your boot laces or whatever and making something of yourself, becoming self-made and going from rags to riches is basically the American dream.
Yeah.
Isn't it? And he's saying, that's rubbish. If you're in a state of rags, you're going to stay in a state of rags. And pretty much people have been crushed by the big machine of finance and
Yeah.
corporateness, corporality. I don't know. And yeah, there's a glass ceiling. That's this popular phrase, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't
But
make something yourself these days.
he wasn't really coming from rags, though, was he? He
Oh
was.
no. Well, I don't think every song has to be about himself
No, that's true.
necessarily. But, yeah. I mean, obviously, his father was a big old famous scientist
Yeah.
who discovered something or other.
He was the originator of the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics.
Hugh Everett III.
Hmm.
Do you see the other interesting part in that early life thing on Wikipedia? When Mark Everett was in his early teens, he was attending a concert by The Who, and a special effects laser struck him directly in the eye, and that's why he needs to wear dark glasses all the time.
Yeah.
So, dangerous things, rock concerts.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, he's also known as MC Honky.
I know that he's rumoured to be MC Honky, but they're not sure if it's him. I think MC Honky's kind of a musical Banksy. And
While we're talking about rock, we should address your lovely piece of headgear, Professor A.
it's my big rock AC/DC cap, autographed by two
Wow.
members of the band, Professor J. After I appeared in
Wow.
one of their videos wearing it.
Wow.
Mm,
You are a rock
no,
legend.
I am. And sharing an office with the Cult's bassist for a while.
Yeah, I know you've rocked it up.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay,
Right.
more words is.
Mm.
Sometimes I dream about it, what it's like back home, the railroad tracks and the pussy willow. But I had to leave it. Now I go back whenever my tired head hits the pillow.
Yeah. So he's basically saying that the narrator, don't know if it's him, used to live somewhere sort of rural, I guess, with the pussy willows, that plant which has the sort of weird feathery white things coming off it. Isn't it? Kind of Southern American, I was thinking.
Yeah.
And the railroad tracks, we've mentioned before, usually when people talk about railroad tracks in a song, they're talking about the wrong side of the tracks. About how things in a lot of American sort of boomtown towns were built with the rich people's properties on one side and the poor people's accommodation over the railroad tracks, so they didn't bother them. So I guess that's what it's referring to. And he had to leave. Doesn't say why he had to leave it. I mean, if it is autobiographical, it could be he had to leave it to pursue his rock dreams. But I don't know. But he goes back whenever he goes to sleep. He's dreaming about where he came from.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yes. There we go.
Yeah.
So more words. Rags to riches, rust to rust. How do you stand when you've been crushed? So rags to riches was a bust. That's a repetition. Busted once again. Well, I'll show them one day. Then I can buy and sell the world.
Yeah, so he's basically saying that even though he said rags to riches isn't a thing,
he wants it.
at one point in the future, he will be able to buy and sell the world. He'll be very, very rich. I don't know about the busted once again. Does that mean he's just gone bankrupt? Does it mean he was busted by the police? I don't know. Could be. Oh, Professor Dogger, what do you think it is? I'm stuck. Where's my cable gone? I have no range. I'm tied to the computer. Thank you, Professor Dogger.
Okay, so some more words. And one day I'll come through, my American dream. But it won't mean a thing.
Yes. So he says he's going to make it, even though he said it's not possible. But then says it won't mean a thing.
Yeah.
Money can't buy your love, I believe someone once said.
We should do an 8-part episode on that group, shouldn't we?
We should.
8 episodes.
Was it 8? Was it 6?
At least.
I thought it was 6, but it might be 8. Yes, you are. Yeah, won't mean a thing. It's all.
Yeah, and then that's it. Small words, rags to rags, rust to rust, don't let me go.
Let me go. Yes, I like this song mainly because of the music. I have to say. So
yeah,
it's very rocky compared to the rest of the album.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I think it's got some nice imagery.
Yeah, it's good. I like the spidery bit.
Yeah.
We'll see where they are.
I like the I can buy and sell the world thing. Yeah, I like it. I'd say it's a 3.
Okay. Go for 3.
Obviously, the song about birds is going to be a 10. Let me get that.
We shall see about that. Like a word count for that one?
Oh, go on. I can't be bothered stinging.
Okay, well, it's 90 unique words with 195 in total. So it comes under the Paramore barrier.
Paramore
No, no.
algorithm.
Yes.
But
the paralgorithm.
yes,
Paralgorithm. Paralgorithm.
so he's slipping further away from Ben Foldsiness into Paramoreness.
Yes.
I don't think he'll ever get Rennie. I think they're all the ones I've chosen are pretty short.
Yeah.
Right.
True. Okay.
So that's the first album. Those are the 2 tracks I chose from the first album.
Right. We are now.
The second album is the most depressing thing ever. And it's called
Partly because of why it was written, right?
Yes, right. It's called Electroshock Blues. And I don't know when it was released. 98, 97, 98?
98.
98. Yes. And it was written in the aftermath of his sister's death by means we're not allowed to say. Go and look it up if you're interested. And also during the time of recording it, his mother was diagnosed with terminal lung cancer, I think.
His father had already died, right?
His father died when Mark Everett was 19. He was the one who discovered him lying there dead. So he's had a bit of a tough life, really.
Yeah, he has.
Also, his cousin, who he was close with, died during the 9/11.
Yeah.
Air hostess or something, wasn't she?
Yeah.
So that's not good, really.
Oh. Right, I'm going to do some words.
Oh, hold on, I've got to scroll down again first. Whoa, scrolling.
Scrolling.
Okay, the song we should mention is called 3 Speed.
Oh, yes.
And it's written from the perspective of his sister after she died, based on entries he found in her diary.
Oh, wow. Okay, got a 3-speed and banana seat, sitting back on the sissy bar. Went to Sev and got a drink. Wish I was driving in Daddy's car.
Yeah, the official lyrics say, "Wish I was driving in your daddy's car," but he doesn't say your. It doesn't make sense to say your for the song, so that's just an official lyric mistake, I think. So,
Okay, 3-speed and Daddy's seat. What does that mean, Professor A?
Banana seat. Well, I would answer that, but you are the expert on bikes within this.
I am the expert on bikes. So those of us from this side of the world would know this refers to the Rally Chopper, which was a bike that was very popular in the 70s. It was like a laid back saddle with a bar behind, big handlebars like that in the chopper motorbike, sort of Harley Davidson style image, which had a 3-speed gear selector between the legs, and then the banana seat was this seat that sort of curved up and went round the back so you could recline. So that was the Rally Chopper.
Well, the bit at the back, the bar at the back is the sissy bar.
The sissy bar, yeah. And it wasn't Rally who invented it. It was actually originally came from the Schwinn Stingray, which came out in the 60s, and it came out of the movement of people converting bikes and trying to make them look cool, which eventually gravitated towards the mountain bike scene, which happened in the 70s and 80s, when people would take what they called clunkers, which was, old sort of shopping bikes, and then just spec them up how they could with whatever flat handlebars, no brakes, no gears, just to do downhills. And California was really big for that scene. So this sort of predates that, but it's a very classic kids bike of that time. So the 60s and 70s, everybody wanted to have a rally chopper if you're at this side of the pond, or a Schwinn Stingray on the other side of the pond. And now, if you've got one, they're worth a lot of money. And they're beautiful. They're really. I've been hankering after one for a long time. And there are various models. They're really beautiful.
Surely
So
they'd
yeah,
be
so
cool for you to ride, though, wouldn't they?
they're a pain to ride because you're so reclined, you can't really get out the saddle. But they're just for cruising, man. So yeah, so this is obviously just riding around. This is childhood memories,
Oh
right?
yes, absolutely. Yes. And went to Sev and got a drink. Sev being 7-Eleven, I presume. The convenience store chain in America.
Yep. And other countries.
Other countries may be available. Yes.
They're fairly big in the UK. Oh, they used to be big in the UK.
I've never seen one.
Well, there was several in London when I lived in London,
I don't
and
go to that London.
massive in Thailand when I was in Thailand. Everywhere had a 7-Eleven. Weird. I mean, the best thing about Thailand was what they did: pre-boiled eggs. You could always get a boiled egg in a 7-Eleven.
Hard boiled, presumably.
Yes, hard boiled.
Don't deal with hard boiled.
All right, so we've set the scene.
Yes, I wish she was driving in Daddy's car. I guess she's saying she wish she had a car because it's cooler or whatever.
Yeah. She younger or older than him, was she?
I don't know. I'm sorry, I should know that, shouldn't I? Younger, I think. And he's pretty old. He's 61 now, isn't he? And he became a father for the first time at 54. There's hope for me yet. Yes.
And I looked up at the sky last night and I thought I saw a bomb. Why won't you just tell me what's going on?
Yeah. So looking up at the sky, I think you're sort of feeling threatened by the world around you. Looking at the sky. I wouldn't even know what a bomb looked like as it was falling. But it seems like impending doom hanging over her, I would say.
Being pendulous like these clouds here.
Like a thingy's sword, Damocles, sort of Damocles.
Yeah.
Yes. And why don't you just tell me what's going on? I think she's talking to herself, though. She doesn't know what's going on. She wants to work.
Oh. She was asking Daddy.
Possibly. His daddy, I suppose he was still around. He died when Mark Everett was 19. So, he probably would have been still around then.
Oh.
Yes, she suffered from depression and schizophrenia. So who knows? Sadly, what goes on in the minds of people.
Okay. Riding down on Spring Hill Road, meeting Alfred out in the woods. Dogs bark and mosquitoes bite, scratching the itch that makes it feel good.
Yeah, this is just childhood memories again.
Yeah.
Riding a bike down a road, meeting a friend in the woods to play, presumably. Dogs bark, they do. Even Professor Dogger has been known to bark on occasion. Mosquitoes bite, yep, half of them do. The ones that don't bite. And scratching the itch that makes it feel good. Well, yeah, it does. It feels great when you scratch a mosquito bite.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't anymore.
It bleeds like a mofo. Yes.
Yeah. Obviously, it's a. I don't know if this is sort of. Oh, I can't say that because that's. Never mind. Yes, it's all about.
More words then. And I looked into the mirror last night. All I saw was a pretty blonde. Why won't you just tell me what's going on?
Yeah. So she looks in the mirror and she doesn't see herself. She doesn't see her soul, her animus. She just sees a generic pretty blonde child.
Yeah.
I'd say that is.
It's clearly there. She's asking herself.
Yeah.
What's going on?
The next line is one of the best lines ever.
Okay. Life is funny, but not ha-ha funny. Peculiar, I guess. You think I got it all going my way, then why am I such a mess?
I did pick the sweary ones today, didn't I?
Everyone's swearing so far.
Lots of his songs don't have swearing in.
Oh.
I don't think the next one does. Might be wrong. Don't know. Yes, I think life is funny, but not ha-ha funny. Peculiar, I guess, is a brilliant one.
Good one. Yeah, I like that.
Obviously, funny having two meanings: peculiar and ah ha 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 ha. Ah, ha, ha. Yes, said she says people on the outside think she's got it all going her way, but she's a mess inside with sad results.
Yep. Okay, more words. Want a pony and a birthday cake. Want a party with a scary clown. Kneel down and bow to the princess. Kneel down for the queen of the town.
Yeah, more childhood memories.
Yep.
Thank you, beepy message. Yes, yes. Which was Josh. You wanted a pony, which a lot of little girls do, I believe. No idea why. Horrible, smelly things. Do you want a birthday cake? Cool. I expect she got a birthday cake. I would hope someone would.
She wants a scary clown.
Yeah, I mean, people got scary clowns a few years back, didn't they? Whether they wanted them or not. Yes. And then kneel down and bow to the princess. She hoped to grow up and be a little princess. And childhood, I believe, little girls think of themselves as princesses and things. How would I know? Yeah. So I guess it's having grand aims, which were then not realised.
Yeah, and that's it. More words. Tell me what's going on.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot. So he wrote this by reading stuff in her diary, you said?
Yeah.
Of a recent diary when she was...
I presume it was from her childhood.
Right, okay.
Although the bomb
Found
stuff,
words,
I don't know.
almost.
Yeah, the bomb stuff must have been more recent as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's quite sad, really.
Yeah.
But I always like this song. I think it's a very gentle song.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's probably not, well, it isn't the most depressing song on the album, regrettably. There's worse, plenty worse. So that album is best avoided if you're not in a great place. Although there is one uplifting song at the end, which we will be talking about next episode. Before that, we have the first single from the album. Might be the only single from the album, I'm not sure.
Hold on, we've not done pals or words.
Oh, we haven't. Okay, go on then.
Pals.
Pals. I like it. It talks about a bike. You should like that.
Love a bike reference.
Yes.
You got me there.
Talks about barking dogs. That's a point from Dogger. Looked in the mirror, all I saw was a pretty blonde. Yeah, why don't you just? I think it's great. I think that's probably a 5.
I huffed then, in case you
I
didn't
did.
hear it.
I heard you huff. I presumed you were going to offer an argument for your huff.
I mean, it's okay. It's not worthy of a 5.
Brick isn't worthy of a 6.5. You want to downgrade that one again?
Hang on, what is Brick at now?
I think it's 6.5.
It got downgraded once, didn't it?
Yeah. I think this is as good as Brick.
Hang on, where's Brick? Where's Brick? 6.
6. All right. Well, I'll accept 6 for this.
You're joking.
It's good. It's good. So life is funny, but not ha-ha funny, peculiar.
Yes,
I
I
guess.
like that bit. I think that's good. I think that's great. All right, 4.
4. Okay.
Would you like a word count?
Yeah. I'm not going to sting you.
Yeah. Same as the last one. Not quite. 96 and 188.
Longer
So
again, though.
just coming below the paramolgorithm.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? But the actual total words is getting longer as we go.
That is true. That one has 51% unique words.
Okay.
All right, should we do the last one?
Yes. Last stop,
Hmm.
this town. Not last stop, that town. Yes, again, this is a song about his sister Elizabeth, who died prior to the recording of this album. Have you seen the video of this?
I haven't seen the video of this one.
Oh,
I've
this
seen
one's
the others.
brilliant. It's full of carroty goodness.
Full of whatty goodness?
Carroty.
Karate?
Carroty. Of or
Orange
pertaining
things.
to carrots. Yes.
Okay. I thought you were saying karate.
He makes a clone of himself out of a carrot. It's got nothing to do with the song at all, the lyrics. It's
Right.
brilliant. It's really. And then he straps his carrot clone into a toy robot and he walks away at the end.
Right.
So he's singing along with himself. The sort of deeper voiced bits, I'm gonna fly down, are sung by the carrot in the video.
Of course.
The video was nominated for Breakthrough Video at the 1999 MTV Video Music Awards.
Breakthrough video.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he was a new artist.
Perhaps it's his breakthrough. I don't know. It's a video. I don't know.
There's a video. Yes.
Mm.
Okay. Let's have some words. You're dead, but the world keeps spinning. Take a spin through the world you left. It's getting dark a little too early. Are you missing the dearly bereft? Hey, look, it rhymes. It's the first time he's rhymed something so far.
Rhymed rust and crushed.
He did bad rhymes earlier. Well,
Yeah.
yes, mess. Clown town.
Yes.
Bomb on.
What do you like of the inside story on what it's about from
please.
the man himself? This
Yes,
is an excerpt from his book, which he has published, called Things the Grandchildren Should Know, which is a sort of autobiography.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so he says, it was written just after I'd returned from my sister's funeral in Hawaii. I lived in this weird little house in Echo Park, and my landlady, a very old woman named Frances, lived right next door. I told her that I was leaving town for a few days, but I didn't say anything about my sister dying or why I was going on the trip. The day I returned, Frances saw me getting out of the taxi in front of my house. She came over from my door immediately after I'd walked in. I don't know if you know this about me, but I see apparitions. I didn't know this. And I thought you should know that while you were gone, I saw a young woman walk into your house. Initially, this frightened me. Frances had no idea my sister had just died, and she's telling me she saw the ghost of a young woman walk into my house. In an effort to get to sleep and feel less spooked that night, I imagined that it was my sister coming by for a friendly goodbye. It wasn't something to think of as scary. That my sister and I had a real connection and it didn't have to end. That I could still feel that connection by singing about her and from her point of view. And that I could give her an artistic voice and let people know what it was like for her. It worked. I wasn't spooked anymore. I was inspired. Just thinking about it now gives me goosebumps. We made a song about my sister stopping by to say goodbye. I still like the song. That's what it's about. It's about his sister, deceased sister, popping by one last time to say bye-bye. So you're dead, but the world keeps spinning. The world's carrying on even though she's dead. Take a spin through the world you left. That's what she's doing. She's going on sort of goodbye tour.
Yeah.
Before she goes away. It's getting dark a little too early. I guess he's saying he's in a bad place because of his sister and everything seems dark.
Yeah.
Are you missing the dearly bereft? Obviously, bereavement. He's asking himself if this darkness is because he's missing his sister. Well, it seems fairly obvious, actually. Yeah.
Okay. Taking flight, and you could be here tomorrow. Taking flight, well, you could get here tonight.
Yeah, I always thought it was take a flight, but yeah, it does say taking in the official lyrics. So yeah, basically just talking to his sister and saying, yeah, it's a great idea, come on over, say goodbye.
Yeah. I'm going to fly on down for the last stop through this town. What? I'm going to fly on down, then fly away. Well, all right.
Yeah.
And some get down, get down now, get down, down.
Yeah. This is his sister's voice. I'm going to fly on down for the last stop to this town. So this is going to be her last stop off before she goes to the afterlife.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "What?" for some reason. And then she says, "Oh, the carrot explains, I'm going to fly on down, then fly away." So, oh, well, all right. So it's quite a funky little song for a little subject matter, I think.
Yeah.
The get down bits are sampled from a song called AJ Scratch by Curtis Blow.
Okay.
There's nothing to do, but it's a sample.
Curtis Blow, I've heard of. AJ Scratch.
Well, it's the title of a song. So. Yep.
Yes. Okay, taking a spin through the neighborhood, the neighbors scream, "What you talking about?" Because they don't know how to let you in, and I can't let you out.
Yeah.
Is it rhyming?
Yeah. So she's coming through the neighborhood to say goodbye, and the neighbors scream, "What are you talking about?" I don't really know. It's probably to do with his landlady seeing the ghost going to the apartment, and he can't let her out. He's still hanging on to her, which is understandable.
I was wondering when I said what you're talking about. It just reminded me of Different Strokes.
Really made me think of.
You're talking about Willis. Do you know that TV show was insanely popular in Italy?
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. If you say there's massive wasps trying to get in through my open window.
It's not a Japanese hornet.
It's one of the ones with the long, thin bodies. Put the window open because it's hotsy time. If you say "Cosa stai dicendo, Willis" in Italy, you're guaranteed to have people rolling on the floor.
I'll bear that in mind if I ever go to Italy.
Yes, because obviously it's not subtitle. What's the word?
Dubbed.
Dubs. Yes, thank you. Oh, yeah. So we don't think it's Willis from.
Although the way the carrot sings it could be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. What if I was not your only friend in this world? Can you take me where you're going if you're never coming back?
Yeah, this is sung from Mark Everett's point of view, not his sister's. And he's basically asking, what if she'd had more support than just him? And then in the really sad part, he says, "Well, if you're not coming back, can I go with you?" But, he did not at that stage. So it's good. Yeah, sad song.
Can we talk about the video?
Okay, the video you haven't seen.
I've just watched it.
Okay.
I just reminded I have seen it and I forgot about it, and I've just reminded myself of it. He's doing the old gravy drip.
The what now?
When you just have a beard that's this. It's kind of this bit here.
I thought that was a soul patch.
Oh, is that what it's called? I thought that was something to do with hair.
No.
Oh. I've heard it as a gravy drip. Like, imagine you've been drinking gravy and it's just stuck in your face. Ooh. I see he's got a long beard in our cover photo.
Yeah, that's from a single to his new album, which came out a month ago.
Okay.
Which I didn't know about. So there's nothing. In fact, I have to say I haven't included anything from late period Eels at all. It's all from early and mid period. So I'll have to have a listen to that. But yeah, he's been rocking this kind of beard for a long time now.
Got the gravy dribble. All right.
Professor Dogger. Excuse me. Come here. Lie down. Good girl.
Okay. We've got the flying in the town, which we've had before. We've got some get downy downs. Then we have, why don't we take a ride away up high through the neighborhood? Up over the billboards and the factories and the smoke. And that is it.
Yeah. Well, we know the neighbourhood he was living in, Echo Park. Do you know anything about it? I don't.
Echo Beach, far away then.
That's what I was thinking about, yes.
Yeah. No, I don't know anything about Echo.
No, so presumably it's got lots of billboards and it's an industrial area, factories and stuff. Wants to rise above it and take a flight with his sister before she goes back.
Echo Park is a vibrant and historic neighborhood in Los Angeles where you can enjoy scenic views, cultural diversity, and urban charm.
Yeah.
And billboards,
Doesn't sound like
factories and smoke.
Yes. Oh well. Artistic license.
Yeah.
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 So that's that. Anyway, and it's a very upbeat song musically.
Yeah, considering
Yeah.
what it's about.
I enjoyed this song for many years before realizing what it was actually about.
Yeah. It's funny when you have that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And
Um,
yes.
yeah. So, do we have any facts about it? We probably do. Probably. It was performed by two people. He did vocals, guitar, bass guitar, keyboards, organ, and
So
the
what's
drummer.
so he had a career before Eels, right?
Mhm.
And then but really his post solo career is really just a glorified solo project, isn't it?
Pretty much. There were two members of the band who were there for a couple of albums since
Right.
then. He's got a bassist called, I believe, Cool G Murder, who's been around for quite some time. And that name rings a bell. I don't know if he's played with someone else, but I don't know. No, I don't know what he did before that. So must have done something. Like I say, he's 61, so he must have been
Yeah.
20s probably when he started. So maybe he's straight out of college or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he a multi-instrument? I mean, he's
Oh yeah.
playing piano in this one, but on his
No,
Wikipedia,
as I just said, he plays. What's it called? Lost it. On this track, he plays vocals, guitar, bass guitar, keyboards, and organ. And a bloke called Butch, who was one of the original members of Eels, plays drums. So that's it.
on his Wikipedia cover shot, he's playing a Dan Electro, so he gets a thumbs up from me for playing a Dan Electro.
If you say so.
It's one of these full cheap guitars that are cool.
Right. I don't have any chart placings for this one, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But, no. It was only released as a single in United Kingdom, Australia, and United States.
Okay.
Which is a bit of a shame because he was
That is a bit of a
number one in
shame.
Canada for the previous album. Yeah, that's about it for that, I'm afraid. So, if you really want to depress yourself, go and listen to Electroshock Blues. The music is beautiful for some of the songs. As Professor J said, it's a largely lo-fi. So he also likes soaring strings, which we will see more in next episode. And in fact, released a live album playing with a string quartet or something.
Should we do a PAL score for this one?
Yes, sorry. I was getting carried away. I think when you take in the meaning of it, it has to be.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Right.
Say another 4, maybe.
Yeah, I'll give it a 4. And in case you're interested with the word count, it's 93 unique words with 248 in total. It's below the paramoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromoromormormormormormormormormormormormormormormormormormormormormormormormormormorm Yeah.
Oh,
Higher.
you're probably counting get down, get down, get down. Right?
I'm counting the words in the song, yes.
Yes, okay. Yes, so there we go. That's the first.
That's our first introduction. So, well, we're here
Oh,
and we're talking about eels.
Oh, good.
Would you like an animal-based quiz?
I'd love an animal-based quiz.
So this animal-based
Hold on,
quiz.
my animal is.
Oh, Dogger's very
She
excited.
likes
about it.
animal-based quizzes. Here we go.
This animal-based quiz is called "Been Too Right or Been Too Wrong."
Excellent.
It's a "Been Too Wrong" based quiz.
Oh, fantastic.
I'm going to have to just quickly do this. Right, wrong. So I've amalgamated several quizzes. I've actually written some questions myself here.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, this is pretty wild, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So the "Been Too Wrong" is also known as the bear cat. Is it more closely related to the bear or the cat?
I'd say it's more related to the civet. Probably the cat.
Well, I'm going to give you a correct answer there. It was a trick question. This is not related
Right.
closely either to bears or cats. And that's because the binturong belongs to the Viverridae family, an ancient group of small to medium-sized mammals found only in the Old World. It contains civets and genets,
Don't know about Janet.
and it's one of the most diverse of all carnivore families. And that's another fact in there that I didn't write a quiz on. It's a carnivore, but it only eats fruit.
That's brilliant.
Madness, huh?
No
Okay.
one expects that kind of game.
Okay. Question 2. What is the meaning of the word binturong? Is it danger cat? Is it big tree animal? Is it hairy tail?
Big tree animal.
Yes. Well, I'm tricking you again, I'm afraid.
No.
It's unknown. The language from which it was derived is now extinct. Nobody knows. Okay. The binturong lives in the tropical rainforest. What's the difference between the tropical rainforest and the equatorial rainforest?
Well, one will presume that the tropical rainforest is around the tropics of Capricorn and Cancer, and the equatorials on the equator.
I'm going to give you 3 options. You've kind of explained them, but there's 3. Well, the first one is there is none. The second option, the tropical rainforest is more humid than the equatorial. Option 3 is the tropical forest is located along the tropics. What is your?
I'd say B and C are both right.
They both remain. You are wrong. They're exactly the same. There we go. There are many epiphytes in the binturong's environment. What is an epiphyte? Is it the ancient name of Epiphany? Is it a plant which grows on another plant and uses it as support? Is it a part of the ear of wheat?
I presume B.
Yes, this is a plant which grows on another plant and using it as support. Next question. Why do seeds grow faster after being digested by a binturong? There are 2 correct answers. 1, they end up in its feces. 2, the animal's digestive enzymes promote seed germination. 3, it's covered by a brown layer which hides it from predators.
A, I'd have thought.
2 correct answers.
A and B.
Correct. Yes.
I think seeds have predators.
Well, they have birds. Okay. I'm going to skip a question. In which tree are you most likely to see a binturong? Is it an oak tree, a bamboo tree, a mangrove tree, or a ficus tree?
You said they're only found in the old world.
Yeah.
I thought it was an oak tree. Ficus tree.
Have an answer?
I said a ficus tree.
Oh, yes, correct. The ficus tree, which is kind of a fig, right?
I don't know what it is. I just know that mangroves and bamboo are new worlds.
Yeah. So, is mangrove New World?
Get a lot of mangrove swamps in America.
It's true, but also in Asia as well,
right.
And bamboo. Anyway, does the binturong build nests? Yes, no, or we do not know yet.
We don't know yet.
We don't know yet. Oh, you're on fire today, Professor A. What are the 2 body features of binturongs that allow them to climb trees? Is it prehensile tail? Is it powerful claws? Is it sharp teeth to bite into trunks?
2, did you say?
Yes.
It's the claws. Prehensile? I thought so. Claws and teeth.
Yeah, half. I'll give you 1 right, 1 wrong there. 6, 3. So they do have a prehensile tail. I'll come on to a fact about the tail shortly.
Oh, excellent.
So it's tail and claws. They don't bite on the trunks. How tall are most trees in primary forests? Are they 10 to 20 meters, 20 to 30 meters, 30 to 40 meters?
20 to 30.
It's 30 to 40. It's really big, right?
Yeah, it is
100,
big.
more than 100 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the Kopi Luwak? Is it the most expensive kind of coffee in the world? Is it coffee made from coffee beans collected in civet drop-ins? Is it a Filipino game? There are two correct answers.
It's A and B.
It is A and B. So yeah, so the Kopi Luwak is obtained from coffee beans digested by civets.
Do you think there's any specific Binturong coffee?
There probably is.
I can only imagine how expensive it
Yeah. Binturong is famously smelly. Are you aware of this?
I was not. Perhaps I won't buy one then.
The Binturong smells of, is it old cheese? Is it buttered popcorn? Is it fetid meat? Is it coffee and jam?
Doggo has opinions on this. I think it's buttered popcorn.
It is buttered popcorn.
That's all right. That's not bad, is it?
Yeah.
I will get one.
Binturong has scent glands which are located just under its tail. As it moves about, the binturong drags its tail, marking branches and foliage in its territory. To humans, the smell is reminiscent of buttered popcorn. Blah, blah, blah. All right. This is very topical, this question. Which noise does the binturong not make? Is it whistle? Is it chuckle? Is it wail? Is it growl? Is it purr? Incorrect. Answer is whistle. Binturongs also make lots of noises to communicate. A happy binturong may chuckle, but an irritated one will utter a high-pitched wail or growl fiercely. On the prowl, it may periodically produce a series of low grunts or a hissing sound.
Gosh.
A female binturong in the mood for love will purr. I was going to give you a fact, right? I think that's all the questions. The binturong's hind legs can rotate backwards, so their claws still have a good grip when climbing down a tree head first. They're so big they can't leap from tree to tree. They have to climb all the way down to the bottom and then climb back up.
I think they'd adapt to living on the forest floor.
They have prehensile tails. It's one of only two carnivores to have a prehensile tail. The other is a kinkajou. Yeah. The females can delay implantation of an embryo. Look at that. Binturongs mate throughout the year, yet most births occur between January and March. Scientists think that this means they are one of the approximately 100 mammal species that are capable of delayed implantation. Wait until the environmental conditions are favorable. And then they have a special relationship with the strangler fig because they eat this. They're basically, the figs are reliant on them eating them and eating all of them because they need both the seeds and the rest of it to be eaten to germinate.
Why is it called a strangler fig? That doesn't sound very nice.
I think it's like the tree from Tomb Raider Lara Croft fame that sort of grows on other trees and strangles it.
Yeah.
It's one of only two animals with digestive enzymes capable of softening the tough outer layer of the fig seeds. It's a keystone in the rainforest ecosystem. You got 8 right out of 13, Professor A.
That's not bad.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah, it's a pass. Believe me.
Yeah.
Never knowingly got more than a pass in anything, so that's all right.
There we go. You are binter wrong, sir. I'm sorry, you're binter right.
Oh, good, that was great. In case people are wondering what a binturong is, of course, you go back and look at our last episode, which has a picture of a binturong and a flute in the right-hand corner. We quite like binturongs. My side music project was called Project Binturong.
Yes, indeed it was.
Well, do we have anything else to say? No? Yes,
No, nothing from me.
No, well, give us a like, give us a ringy bell, give us a comment. See ya.
Bye-bye.